Good day, everyone. Thank you for this invite. I sincerely apologize for not being able to be here in person. I tried all I could. I canceled some gigs, but eventually I still have to probably be at my workplace tomorrow. Unfortunately, and I can't decline this because it's a call to speak to, how I've been impacted, and then I want to share with you how whatever I learned had helped me and then brought me to where I am, and I want to share with you, so I can't turn it down. I sincerely apologize once again for not being able to be here in person. I tried all I could, like I said earlier. So, a warm greetings to the head of department in person of Professor Dudushola, my mother, my mentor, my support system. I remember then back then during my project days, she was there for me. She supported, she put me through, she handheld me, and here I am today. I'm better for it. I have no regrets, learning, under her, leadership. Then and then till now, she's still very relevant in the academic career and then in the marketplace. Thank you very much, ma. I thank you for this opportunity. I don't take it for granted, ma. And then other lecturers, present and the ones that will probably hear about this. I honor you. I celebrate you. Thank you for what you did for us so far. That helped us, to become a better us. A lot of my colleagues out there from animal science then are medical doctors in the UK, US. A lot of them, transition to other careers. But we had a good foundation from animal science department here. Our academic session then was 2006 to 2011, and then we are better for it today. So thank you once again. To the other speakers, Dr. Bashir and some other speakers, I want to say a good afternoon or a good day. And then here to the meat of why we are here, the freshers. Welcome to animal science. I know how it feels. What I was offered versus what I applied for. Imagine being with friends and families. What are you studying in OAU? I was given animal science versus I'm studying medicine. I know you got the drill. That was me, 26, to 2011. But how it happened to me, pre-degree, I applied for dentistry and pharmacy, but I searched for my name everywhere in the on the campus. I couldn't find my name. I just said, let me go to animal science. Then it was the best names on the faculty board and everything. And I strode. Imagine going from ground floor, first floor, second floor, third floor, fifth floor, and then I like, where are we going to now? Eventually, I saw my name on the board. I was like, okay, nearly collapsed. I was not happy. I'm sure, like some of you, unfortunately. I called my friends, they made jest, pretty good friends, youthful exuberant. We did laughed at me, animal science, we be treating, blah, 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 blah. It was funny. For me, I was weeping inside. Yeah, I wept. And then I called my father to say, okay. No, I called my brother first. He said, okay, so tell daddy now. Okay, he has calmed me down. Say, okay, tell daddy. I called my father and he was like, okay, so animal science, agriculture, yeah? I said, yes. Okay, so feeding people, I said, yes. And that was, the beginning of my success. So I want to give honor to whom honor is due. He really was there for me then. And, that was, the beginning of my success. Like I mentioned earlier, I embraced animal science with all I could. Studied, paid attention. I never had any F. I never failed any course. I never, I mean, had to retake any course because I was present. My mind was present in animal science to see that I've accepted animal science and I'm going to follow through to be successful in it because, like the Bible said, whatever your hand find it to do it well. It's simple. If you don't do it at all. If you do it at all, do it well. That was the beginning of my success. So unfortunately, I remember some of my colleagues then, my classmates then. We are all doing well in the space now. Different careers, medical doctors, nurses outside the country, in the country, but people are really doing well in the banking sector. But like I said, there's a foundation, animal science department, then grit, consistency, tenacity, learning different things, exposure to different things and everything. Practical, yeah, we actually build that from the foundation to you. That's why, like I said, I can't really miss this. This is my first opportunity to speak to freshers. I've always been invited to the school, to speak to graduates, at different conferences, but speaking to freshers is more like the foundation where nobody spoke to us then. If we had people to speak to us then, probably some people wouldn't have missed it. Like in life, no regrets, but in school, they struggled. They had several carryovers. They were trying to write jam to probably cross to medicine, but it never worked. I can't remember any of my colleagues. Probably I remember one that crossed at 400 level to agricultural economics. Now he's working at KPMG. He's doing really well. So I'm just saying that from day one, if you are here, try as much as possible to embrace animal science. Going back to the topic, unlocking academic and career opportunities in animal science. Academic first, because if you don't succeed academic-wise, you can't succeed career-wise. Education or school is not a scam. Know that and know peace. So unlocking academic first, because you have to succeed in your academic first, your learnings, your practicals, everything, you have to love it. You have to own it. I remember then, a lot of lecturers come to my mind now, Professor Makinde, Professor S.I. Ola, how they taught us. We thought they were being, harsh. Professor Fatufe, we thought they were being mean, they were being harsh, but they're actually taking us through the better foundation, which we thought we never needed. But here we are better for it. I have a research mindset. I love research. I have a PhD. Just to say that I'm that academic as well, just so you know. I'm not just a business owner. I'm not just working in the market. I'm not just working to make money. I have a research mindset, which was built on the foundation of OAU. So to say that you are here, as much as possible, try to embrace what you are offered. Animal science is not a push aside course. Animal science is never during this orientation program, I'm sure at the end of it, or probably towards the end, you'll be served different things to say, here is something to eat. The same thing for anybody coding, anybody writing, languages for LLMs, for AI, robotics, and everything. After the whole day, guess what? The person will go back to one hot eba, ogunfe, pepper soup, and everything. Say, let me cool down. Everybody has to eat. Lame, sick, healthy, sane, insane, people have to eat. As much as possible. Imagine now feeding, now we are population-wise, we are 5 billion, 7 billion. In the next, by 2050, we are targeting, we are estimating to be at 9 billion. Who will feed the 9 billion population? Who? What? Which protein? Egg is the cheapest protein right now. We make so much money from making feed, selling feed to customers, and then, they produce eggs. And even that, some people are not able to afford it. Why can't it be you that will come up with the solution that will make protein more affordable? Nigeria, we are protein deficient. As much as possible, go to different restaurants or eateries and see how people are eating 10 wraps of fufu, maybe one meat or one pomo or something. So embrace animal science with joy. Embrace it. I have no regret. From my 100 level days, 200 level days, 300 level days. 200 level days, I started doing business from the department. I sold past questions. 300 level, detect. Okay, so going to, knowing about farm year and farm and practical year ahead of us in the next year. I went to the farm, saw, okay, there were eggs. I bought eggs, sold in how all, made a lot of money. And farm year as well, we learned how to raise different animals. We were hands-on on poultry production, rabbitry, apiary, keeping farm records, harvesting, planting cassava. I even joined Usme Farm. All these things made me to know about academics, career, and then business back then in OAU. I'm not here to tell you fables. I'm not here to tell you stories. I'm not here to motivate. I'm not here to confuse. I'm not here to convince you. I'm only sharing my life story with you. I have no regrets studying animal science. Animal science is a good course I will go to over and over and over again. So, I remember then Professor Mitogu teaching us animal products and production. And then, final year, we went back to practicals. I'm an hands-on person. I went back to one of my friends in a restaurant, begged for his oven, bought live catfish, smoked it. We made some losses, but we took it to Prof, and Prof really admired. She paid us to say we have done well because she taught us theory. We practicalized it. We took it to her. She admired it. She encouraged us. And I made a lot of money selling smoked fish to fibers, into spices in Osun State, to Osogbo. I remember that we smoked fish, sell to these guys. We made a lot of money. I made a lot of money as a student. Relatively as students going to school, to fellowship, or to religious centers and back to the hostel. I was that kind of person. I was in JCI, I was in Manual, I was a good church boy. I was in almost everywhere. Student union, I was, more like the personal assistant to the president on heavy matters. I was the last person we see sleeping, first person we see waking up. I enjoyed my stay in school. I planted, cassava, then Anglo-Mos with Usmefan, harvested, made into Gary, stood on my floor, first floor, third floor, block one, AU Hall, probably room 27, room 29. Made a lot of money. We sold eggs and everything because I embraced animal science from day one. I had a positive mindset to the course I was offered. I was, like I said, offering and then I applied for. You boast about I'm studying medicine. I applied for medicine, but you say they offered me animal science, pretty much. And your mindset towards whatever you are doing now will actually impact on whatever you're going to do later in life. That's why I said I'm happy speaking to freshers. Let me now go back to how I stumbled on my business after school. Like I said, I was always present. I never had any help. I never had any carryover because I was present minded. My practicals, Professor Makinde, agricultural chemistry, they were looking very difficult, and the practicals then, but it taught us well. Professor Fatufe, Professor Yebamiji, they really were present minded. Professor Deyenka, Professor Shunaya, I remember all of them because they were really helpful. They were really there for us. They were, supporting. So I had a senior colleague then, Dr. Olamide Akintaro, soon to be a doctor. Olamide Akintaro was really doing well, ahead of us, and a gentleman. There was another Fikayo or Fike. He works in GTB now. All the animal scientists, but you can really pivot to anywhere you wish to, but you can start to lay a good foundation. What academic does for you, what academic does for you is to say, let me lay a good foundation. Let me interact. Let me learn how to be research oriented. Let me learn how to solve problems, and eventually you can apply the same learning anywhere, or probably apply for masters, any other course or something. Or even if you still want to, you might. Like I know, like I'm certain, some people might still want to write jam this year or probably next year. Do what works for you. I won't say don't write jam, but be present minded. Apply yourself. That's my, number one point for you. Apply yourself. Be present minded. I was in the departmental association. I was always there. I love to be present. Anywhere you see me, I do things that will make people remember me. I know that for sure for myself. So now, like I was saying, Dr. Lamide Akindaro soon to be, Fike. I saw them ahead and I loved them. And I moved close to them. I learned from them to say, how can I make things better for myself? They taught me, and then I learned from them. And back to how I made my decision for my business. I always go for presentations, maybe seminars and everything, and I listen to the fact that they always say 70 or 60 to 70% of the cost of production of livestock goes to the cost of feed. Imagine hearing this for several years, and then the same day for my masters, and I'm like, okay, so imagine using 10 million to raise probably broilers or layers, and 60 to 80% of the cost goes to feed. Why not go and position myself where that money goes to? And that's why I saw myself doing livestock feed business. We have 5 of our products NAFDAC certified. Myself and a partner that I found in class in 2007 then, Eluyemi Olufsayo is my business partner. We're both classmates in, I just say, all those places we met, we discussed, we interacted, and we saw that we can really partner. We are still business partners till date. As we speak, two young boys, departments, and then we have our business till now, and we are still business partners. We're really doing well in this space for ourselves. And we are doing well. I can tell you that for free. So now, one of your students here, I'm sure I'll reach out to her to come and say hello. Oyindamola. Oyindamola came probably after the last, session I had with the Hassan last year. She came to do internship in her feed mill, and she learned. I'm sure she can apply. She's applying that learning to whatever she's doing right now in her course of study. Just saying that you have to decide early. You have to be present minded. You have to have a mentor. Dr. Bashir, is going to speak. Probably he must have spoken before me or after me. But the reality is, he's a young doctor. He's a young academic. He's really doing well for himself. I can tell you that for free. Learn to interact with him. Thankfully, he's your path advisor. So why not, find, joy in listening to him, in meeting him whenever. So path advisors, Professor Mitogu was a part advisor there. I remember having a challenge, going to our office, the fifth floor, and then entering our office, offered me a seat. I remember that thing like it's just happening today because she offered me a seat, listened to me, and then she helped me through, and that made me say this is home for me. So I'm saying do not run from a part advisor. Professor, I mean Dr. Bashir, soon to be professor, I mean is an academic, so I know the sky is the beginning for him. So reach out to him, be friends with him, and let him help you, let him guide you. People eat every day. We are protein deficient in Nigeria. People are carb, only feed on carb, eba, apple, gari, everything. But protein, maybe one tiny one, or probably say, imagine saying four ẹran, I mean, fufu mẹ́rin, but ẹran, like ẹran nothing, but fufu four. Imagine having four lumps or wraps of food, and then you don't have any protein to supplement that. You are deficient. So my point is, agriculture is a good cause. Animal science is a very good cause. I was in 3 different continents and countries last year because of animal science. I went to Vietnam, I went to France, I went to Angola, I went to different countries just because of my course of study. Now this year I have a lot of invites into different countries because of animal science. What else am I looking for really? Like what else? Career fulfillment, academic fulfillment, and business, family. So my point is just that don't feel inferior. Gone are the days when you are studying animal science, you say you can't say anywhere in the world. I mean, now we have to. If you don't, we always say a popular say that goes, "An hungry man is an angry man. A hungry man is." So if you are hungry, you can't listen to anything. So why not be the one that will solve that problem? All right. Why not be the one that will come and make things work for your own generation, for the world, for everybody? So I mean, I think because this video you might lose interest. I know that people's attention span is not as long, and I want to kindly begin to round up now. So I would like to recap to say, number one, be present minded. Number two, have a mentor, and then number three, personally have a mission for yourself. I made up my mind I wasn't going to have an extra year, number one. Number two, I decided I wasn't going to have any F. It was a decision. When things came that would make me have Fs, I ran away from it. I knew that this thing, if I'm involved, I will fail this course and I will not, meet my personal goal. And I'm like, nope. Like I said, I was in JC, I was in manual, I was in fellowship, I was everywhere. I was playing squash, which is a game that takes time. We travel a lot. Usman Fan took us around, Professor Arigbede. It took us around, to OAU. We traveled a lot then. It took us around. We had several conferences, but I made up my mind I would never, even at the departmental level, I never had, I think I had E1, that was AC 303. And let me gist you. What had happened was, they gave us the exam, probably the course was tough for us, tough for me then, so I studied one thing well, and then the other question came out, which I didn't study. And then fortunately for me, I wrote everything I knew about, what they didn't ask, because that was all I knew. I plotted graph, I finished, all the pages in the booklet, and then, I was given just saying that, there will be challenges, but when you have that mindset to say you won't fail, chances are high that you will never fail. Like I said, I want to begin to round up because I know that attention span is short, but I'm not here to brag. I'm not here to boast. I'm here to tell you that for me, this is more like sowing seed into your career path, into your journey, to say animal science is really worth it. No regret of any sort. I mean, I'm happy waking up because I have just this morning, a farm contacted me. They are dropping production, this, we are willing to pay you, to come visit our farm. What more? Not just, I'm not waking up to say I'm dragging my feet to work to say what. No, I'm happy waking up because I have a purpose and I'm actually doing what I love doing. It can be you as well. I'm not here to preach any sermon, but I'm here to tell you, even if you are offered animal science, that can be the place you will really make it in life. I remember even then, our set, only Femi Ojo applied for animal science, and we willingly gave him class rep to say, out of all of us, only you applied for animal science. So jejely, we hand over to you the class rep sheet. And he did that for over 4 years, and he did it well. he's working in Friesland. Yes, he's picnic. That's where he works. To see that he's really applying what he learned. And the last time I checked, that was where he was working. So the point is just that animal science is a good cause. I mean, think about animal products, milk, yogurts. Professor Mark did teaching us about yogurt products. I remember all these things. And Professor Fatufe, Professor every all these people, they might look, like, oh, but really approach them with your challenges. They are loving. Professor Ibamiji, she was there for me. I remember all these days. Professor Dushola, Professor S.L. Professor Odeyinka, Professor Shonaya, they were there. My Professor Odedire as well. They were all there for me. Professor Akifala, and I know names. Imagine the number of years I've been there, but I still know names because we interacted. And then even other departments. So I want to wrap up now. Uh, I love my time with you. I really wish I'm here in person to be with you, but unfortunately I couldn't. But I want to believe that this little time you have listened to me will help you. And if you need any help reaching out, if you really want to probably listen to me, speak to you one on one, have my contact, WhatsApp contact, you can take it from your Hassan president, a person of Ogundipe. I've forgotten her name now, but I know her surname. Reach out to her. Nkechi, your ex-president, you might not know her, was my, she even interned with me as well. What was it called again? Adifat, we are good friends. Now to Ogundipe and other guys from animal science department, Olagunsoye, I've forgotten his name now, but all these guys reach out to me. They are working, they are learning from me. I'm willing to give out as much as I've been given because I remember people helping me climbing the ladder. So why not, help you? So if you need help, reach out to me freely. Take my contacts from my president. I'm willing to be of help as much as I can be. So thank you for listening to me. Thank you, the HOD, everybody here seated, the lecturers, and then Hassan president as well. Hassan for this opportunity, to share with these lovely students. I wish that you will see me in the future and you'll be glad that you listen and I even had little time to say this to you and you even listen, you applied everything you have heard from me. Thank you and all the best in your career, all the best in your exams. You all blaze, but try as much as possible to study as well. Cheers.